प्रभु तव मूर्ति विनोदकारी पलपन विसरे नहीं जो विसारी जुगल चरण सोल चिन्ह जेह नजर समीपे रहो अमारी एह नजर समीपे रहो अमारी एह। ठाकुर जी महाराज नीजे, घनश्याम महाराज नीजे, सद्गुरुदेव नीजे। Art most dear, Vala Vala Shri Thakur Ji Maharaj, our divine Muktanandiya Parampara, the pathmaker toward liberation, our Puja Guruji, and all of you, Santo and Bhakto, Jai Swaminarayan. Today's topic is mainly centered around those who are in middle school and high school and college. There's this one thing that we do that makes us go into tension mode, stress mode, anxiety mode. Every single student has this particular, may you call it disease, may you call it a habit, may you call it an unwanted element in one's life. But each and every student has this. Some may have it at 5%, some may have it at 10%, some may have it at 50%, some may have it at 80%, and some may even have it at 100%. That's how much contagious this one disease is. But let's see if we can identify this disease through this one picture. There was one word versus 13 words. Let's read the words together. Not sure, in the future, in time, someday, tomorrow, one day, later, never. Next week, another day, whenever, perhaps, not yet, now. Which is the one word versus the 13 words? You probably can tell that there's one word which has the bigger font and is in the middle, and that's called now, versus the 13 words surrounding it. Now, what's the difference? What's the difference between the word in the middle, now, versus the 13 words surrounding it? Can anyone take a guess? These words are different in many ways, but same in one way. Now is a word which is very, very particular and very, very active. The words around it have some kind of delay or shift involved in doing a task, compared to now, which is done at that very moment. Today's topic, you're probably gonna be very surprised. You probably can't guess this, but today's topic is something that we know about, that we do, and that we have heard about in our life. The topic is none other than one and only procrastination. Friend or enemy? Procrastination, friend or enemy? Now, for those who are young listeners, they might not know what procrastination is. But even for those who are older viewers, they don't exactly know what procrastination is. In reality, what we think about as procrastination is just shifting tasks or laziness. These are very, very surface level definitions of what we call procrastination. But some people might think of this as a friend more than an enemy. What do you treat, or how do you treat procrastination as a friend or as an enemy? You can only decide that after you know the definition. Procrastination makes easy things hard and hard things harder. Do you agree? Well, to define that, let's take a look at this video so we can understand it more on an easier basis.
Do you frequently find yourself putting off tasks to complete them later? You may think you're being lazy, but procrastination is not laziness. It's an emotional response. In this video, we'll talk about strategies for managing those emotions and getting started on your work. So first, let's reflect. Why are you procrastinating? One reason for procrastination is misguided perceptions. We often think that we will be different tomorrow, perhaps better prepared, in a better mood, or more focused. But this isn't always true. Yes, you might be more productive later. This is because you will be more stressed. Another reason for procrastination is mood regulation. Sometimes we find the tasks we need to do are unpleasant, boring, difficult, or stressful. Other times, we don't feel confident and are unsure of how to take on the project. So, to bury and avoid those feelings of uncertainty and self-doubt, we tend to avoid the task itself. It's important to identify the emotions you're experiencing so you have a better idea of how you should address them. Let's get more specific. Which of these sentences describe your feelings? I don't understand the task. I feel inadequate. I feel uncomfortable asking for help. My perfectionism is causing me anxiety. I don't want to remember past failures. I feel frustrated and/or annoyed by the task. I have identified as a procrastinator for so long and I'm afraid to change how I view myself. I resent using my time to complete the task. I will feel bored when doing the task. After you identify the emotions that are causing you to avoid the task, you can use concrete strategies to overcome procrastination. Here are some options. Number 1. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is staying in the present moment, not about changing moods or circumstances. It's about noticing and reminding ourselves that it's okay to have these feelings, but to avoid worrying about the past or the future. We tend to convert our feelings into thought processes. For example, if we feel bored, we begin to think about the reasons why we're bored and start criticizing the task because it's inspiring boredom. Instead of starting this thought process, try to notice the feeling of boredom and avoid engaging. Remind yourself that feeling bored might be valid, but it's not a useful basis for your thoughts right now. Chances are your feelings will be less overwhelming and you'll be able to get stuff done. Number 2. Set specific goals. Try to be specific about what you want to accomplish and focus on actions that are within your control. Don't just say, I'll write an A+ paper, but instead, try telling yourself, I will finish my first draft a week before the final assignment is due. Number 3. Work on small tasks and take breaks. It's usually helpful to break a task into very small chunks. If you're writing a paper, don't schedule a time to write the whole thing. Instead, schedule a time for finding sources and writing your outline first. You can either break up your work by task or by time. Set a timer to work hard for 25 minutes and schedule a 5-minute break. Chances are that you'll want to reset the timer after your break. If you are breaking your work into small tasks, plan to work until you complete your established goal, such as completing an outline for the introduction and first major point of your paper. Number 4. Identify what you don't understand. Brainstorm all the activities related to the task. Checkmark the ones that you feel confident doing and the ones that inspire feelings of self-doubt. Write down what you don't understand. You might actually understand most of the work, but just need help understanding a small part of it. Number 5. Find accountability buddies. Don't be afraid to ask for support. Chances are that your friends are experiencing similar challenges. Everyone can benefit from an accountability buddy. Try creating a plan for everyone to finish the draft by the same deadline and check in with one another. Number 6. Manage your environment. Figure out what specifically distracts you and how you can go about minimizing the distraction. Consider using an app to block websites. Do you find that you focus better when you're in a different room? If you are proactive about identifying your distractions, you'll be less likely to procrastinate. In the end, you need to trust yourself to take action. you will probably never feel totally prepared to ace the big task, and that's okay. Just start. The things you accomplish today, even if it's only a small task or rough work, will always make tomorrow's work easier.
So, we looked at this video and found out what procrastination is. But in this presentation, we want to know 4 things. We want to know about 4 things. 1, what is procrastination? 2, the effects of procrastination. 3, the reasons behind procrastinating. And 4, a cure for procrastination. So first and foremost, what is procrastination? You might think of it as laziness, you might think of it as shifting things back, but in reality, procrastination is a psychological behavior that allows a person to postpone or delay a certain activity or task, source of great stress and anxiety for many people. It's a psychological behavior. It's not laziness is something that's different from procrastination. It has some tendencies. Think of it as a branch, but procrastination is the tree trunk. Laziness is just one branch of procrastination. But here it said it's a psychological behavior that allows a person to postpone or delay a certain activity or task. Postponing meaning shifting it off, delaying it. Oh, I can do it later, and we're going to take a look at some practical scenarios. But in reality, as students, do we do this? Do we procrastinate? If so, don't believe yourself to be lazy. More than that, believe yourself to have this psychological problem in your mind. It's a source of great stress and anxiety for many people. Okay, so what happens is that you shift it off. Suppose you have a big project. It's more than half of your grade. You get 1 month to do it, and you start 3 days before it's due. Due to procrastination. I'll do it. I have other things to do. I'll do it. I'll get to it. All these things, all these excuses in the mind start to kind of churn up. And then what happens is when there's only 3 days left, you look at the date, you look at the time it's due, and stress and anxiety activate in your mind. You become scared, you become anxious, you become stressed out, you become full of tension. Your mood completely changes from happy to completely worried. Your behavior with people changes. You become so frustrated. You become so anxious. You become so stressed. It's very hard for others to cope with you. It's very hard for others to talk to you. You start to treat the people that you are close to differently due to this one disease called procrastination. Yes, the 3 days are kind of like very, very, like they're like the worst days of your life due to you making it like that, due to you creating that environment and situation. But what happens is that after the 3 days, when you submit the project, you don't feel satisfied with the work you submitted because you had to rush your work. A month was given and you only utilized 3 days to complete the project. Activating that procrastination and even making yourself feel guilty after you submit the project. That's why, as devotees, we're going to take a look. As students, we're going to take a look. Procrastination is something to put aside. Procrastination is something that we should try to remove from our hearts as best as possible so we can do a complete job, task, may it be spiritual, may it be academic, may it be even socially. So, we tend to develop a false sense of security. How so? Here are some scenarios. There are 2 weeks until the assignment is due. I have plenty of time. 2 weeks can go by like this and we won't even know it. But we feel that it's a sense of security. 2 weeks. I have 2 weeks of time. This is such an easy task. I'll do it later. I'll get started soon. I only work well under pressure. Are you kidding me? You work the worst under pressure. But you feel that you work well under pressure, but that's not the case. Oh no, the assignment is due tomorrow. So now this is the day before. 13 days pass and you figure out that the assignment is due tomorrow. This kind of scenarios, this is just one particular thing, but this kind of false sense of security really hurts a person in doing a task, an obligation, or taking on a responsibility smoothly, fluently. But we have to change this method. And definitely it happens in satsang as well. Procrastination in satsang is very common. May it be doing seva, may it be doing bhajan and niyams, may it be responsibility and obligations, may it be sant samagam, or may it be even calling Pujya Guruji. Let's start with seva. May it be physical or may it be some kind of task which is computer-based, account-based. When we are assigned such kind of seva, may it be by a sant or may it be by a hari bhagat, sometimes we feel that it's okay to shift later on. And it may be okay. But we are also developing a sense of false security that it's okay to do later, but we don't know what's in the heart of the person who is assigned that task to us, that task is a priority level task, or that seva is needed as soon as possible. We may not know that, and we shift it. And due to that, our rajipo that we are supposed to earn from doing that seva becomes a little lower or discredited. Instead of getting 100%, we might get 90% due to our procrastination. Yeah, the task will be completed. I'm not saying that you will not complete the task, but there might be a delay, there might be a shift, and due to that, rajipo level might become lower. That's why it's very dangerous to procrastinate in satsang via seva. Bhajan and niyams. During Chaturmas, we may have taken some kind of niyams according to Bhagwan Swaminarayan's Agna in the Shiksha Patri. We may have some kind of bhajan niyams that we have taken by the vow of Pujya Guruji. But what happens is that we may feel that we have time, or we may feel that we are able to span out our day-to-day routine enough so that we'd be able to do the niyams, but we get overloaded with academic schoolwork or some other task and obligation. And due to that, I'll do it after I come from school. Obviously, I'll do it in a couple hours. I have to get some homework done. It's already 7 o'clock. Oh, it's dinner time. I'll do it after dinner. My Mara niyam. After dinner, you feel very lazy. Let me watch some TV or let me relax, and I'll do it later on before I go to sleep. Once you know it, you're already in bed, exhausted from the whole day of going to school and coming back and etc. and so forth. Oh man, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll cover up double. Sometimes the next day you do it and you have to do double. Sometimes that goes to triple, 3 times, 4 times, and once you know it, it's already piled up. And then it becomes very hard to fulfill. Because procrastination is not a friend, it's an enemy. Responsibilities and obligations in satsang. Some more than others have a lot of seva and responsibilities, and people rely on you fulfilling those responsibilities and obligations for operations to run smoothly in the organization. But if you have this procrastination enemy inside of you, the task might be fulfilled, but there might be some bumpy roads on the way there. Santos and Bhaktos might even acknowledge your procrastination and tell you that you need to do tasks more on time instead of shifting and delaying them. Such kind of scenarios might also arise. Sant Samagam. People come to Santos, meet them, sometimes greet them, and some also have a habit of associating with Santos, which is probably the most important thing after coming into satsang, is to get knowledge and to become purified by associating with Santos. But what we tend to do is we tend to also procrastinate in that. Oh, we'll call Swami, we'll talk to him, etc., so on and so forth. Blah, 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 blah. And once you know it, you probably forgot about it. Due to that, our spiritual progress is being hindered, not anything else. The Swami who you're associating will stay the same. He will not be affected by anything. Satsang will stay the same. Loyadham will stay the same. Nothing will become affected. Devotees will not become affected, but only you will become affected. You will become damaged, or you will not progress as you're supposed to, or you will not grow as you're supposed to in satsang due to this one enemy called procrastination. And finally, the one that we look up to, the one that is our guiding light, the one that we want to attain moksha by, our Puja Guruji. He may be in India or anywhere in the world, but sometimes we procrastinate and forget to call and remember him. That is something that we cannot afford. As devotees of Bhagwan Swaminarayan Wala Shri Thakurji Maharaj, and as disciples of Puja Guruji, we shall never forget him. We should have a connection with him. That doesn't mean bombarding him with phone calls, but definitely setting a goal of calling him weekly without any procrastination is definitely needed. Yes, we have to see how Guruji is. He may be busy. A couple days shift back and forth. Instead of 7 days, we may call on the 8th day or the 9th day. No problem. But keeping in mind that I have to call Puja Guruji, I want to develop a deeper relationship with Puja Guruji, is very important. But if we have this enemy called procrastination, it will never let us associate with the Ekantik Satpurush. It will never let us become Ekantik. That's why it is our obligation and responsibility to remove this enemy, to remove this villain from within us, which is none other than procrastination. What are the effects of procrastination? Let's take a look. Now, as you see, there's a chart, there's a cycle right there. So you procrastinate, you go on the right, you feel guilty, you start to panic, and then you start to make excuses, and then again it goes back, you start to procrastinate even after making excuses and feeling guilty and panicky. That's bad. That's a very bad nature to have. But what are the effects? First and foremost, stress and anxiety, which also, might you know or not, stress and anxiety also disturbs the people around you as well. They may not be stressed or they may not have anxiety, but due to your stress and anxiety, it also rubs off on them. Due to you having stress and anxiety, other people also become tensionful. Due to you having stress and anxiety, the people around you do not feel like talking or associating with you. That's the number one effect. Also, neglecting your health. due to panicking and having such a short period of time to fulfill the task, we also damage our dietary routine and also our sleeping habit. The cycle becomes very, very disturbed. Our sleeping cycle, instead of going to sleep at 10 p.m., we go to sleep at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., wake up, have to go to school at 6 a.m., 7 a.m. Due to the lack of sleep, our health is also compromised. Nonetheless, we don't have time to eat. In reality, eating takes about 15 minutes. 15 to 20 minutes. But what happens is, due to having so much panic in our life at that particular moment, we also skip meals, which also damages and compromises our body's health. This is something to definitely take into consideration. A bad mood, of course. Due to having that panic, a bad mood is also part of our routine or our face emotion. And people can obviously tell, and due to that, people do not feel like they can approach you or talk to you, which is the worst thing to do. See how much procrastination does to us. Look at the effects. Letting yourself and others down. Of course, when you have an obligation or when you have taken a responsibility, you have committed to something and you have committed to someone. And due to your procrastination nature, others also become not depressed, but upset or disappointed in you unable or with great delay fulfilling the task. So as devotees, as students, as sons or daughters, as friends or brothers or sisters, procrastination is something to get rid of for sure. And finally, not achieving your full potential. We may have potential to do great things, but due to procrastination, our potential cuts down to 50%, 25%. And due to that, the task that you were supposed to do may have great outcomes and great effects are completely shattered, or they may be cut in half. All due to procrastination. All due to this one psychological behavior that's inside of our head. It's not about the body here. This is a disease of the head, the mind, that one has to remove oneself. This procrastination cannot be removed by someone else. Yeah, someone can tell you and push you and push you and push you, but until you yourself decide through your mind that you want to remove this disease, it is not possible by others. Others can only guide you. Others can only show you the way, but you will have to walk that way. So these are the effects of procrastination. Now, another reasons for procrastinating. There are simple reasons and there's also advanced reasons. Let's take a look at some simple reasons. Task seems too hard to do. Of course. What task is easy in this world? Each and every task in this world is hard. It's the way you look at it that makes it simple. Number 2, free time is unavailable until the weekend. Lack of knowledge and skills. Now, our Monday to Friday schedule is so packed that we feel that we cannot squeeze in some time to fulfill the assignment or project. Nonetheless, sometimes, only in some scenarios, we may not have the knowledge or the proper skills to fulfill that task, but that doesn't mean we do not have sources. That does not mean that we do not have help around us that can help us fulfill the task. That's all on us. Number 3, don't want to make a mistake until you're sure it's right. Some people like to be perfectionists, and sometimes that causes or activates procrastination. Due to you not wanting to make a mistake. Everyone makes mistakes. Who doesn't make mistakes on this earth? But that psychological behavior of not wanting to make a mistake triggers and activates procrastination instantly. And number 4, fears everyone will know you made a mistake. Of course, reputation, credit, that's always on the line. But people will feel more worse or more hurt or more disappointed if you procrastinated instead of making a mistake. A mistake can be forgiven. From procrastination, a habit of procrastinating, people then have this kind of impression. Whenever they see you, they're talking amongst a couple of people and they want to assign something, a certain task to you. But instantly when your name pops up in that person's mind, he's a procrastinator. Don't want to give it to him. He's not going to give it to us on time, or he's not going to fulfill the task. Instead, let's give it to this guy. He's better. He's accurate. If we do not want such kind of a mindset to develop in others' mind about us regarding procrastination, then we have to remove it from our life. That's the only way. Here's the cure. Obviously, for every disease, there's a cure. Acknowledge that you are postponing a task. Acknowledgement is very important. Sometimes we feel that if we just postpone the task, it's okay. But when we acknowledge it, then we know that we're postponing the task. List the reasons why you are postponing doing the task. First, admit to yourself, I am postponing this. For example, project due in 2 weeks. I have a project, I know I do, but I'm going to shift it a little bit. Okay, good. You accepted that. That's good. Number 2, list the reasons. Too tired, too lazy, not enough time, not enough skills, not enough knowledge, etc., so on and so forth. List the reasons why postponing doing the task. Number 3, discuss the reasons and list ways to overcome them. Now you have to diagnose and kind of dissect and figure out why you want to postpone the task. I'm postponing it because, I feel like I can do it later on. I feel like it's just something that is not important or a priority right now. And to overcome, if I don't do this task, show some fears. If I don't do this task, I'll be overwhelmed at the end of the week when the assignment is due. I might not get the grade I want to. This is probably half of the grade that's on the line if I don't get this project going. Show some and develop some fear in one's life. And then finally, begin the task immediately. After becoming a little fearful of your grade, or maybe in satsang of Rajipo becoming a little lower, do the task immediately. That's all you have to do. Identify it, list the reasons why, find the ways to overcome, and then immediately start the task. This is the cure. This is the way you will have to do it. No one will come inside of your mind and do it for you. You will have to do it yourself. Here's some helpful techniques. Write down your tasks in a visible place with their due dates. It's called a planner, people. Use it. Amazon, Staples, Office Max, all these places have great planners and books that are available to the public that cost only $5, $10, $15, but you're just calendar-based planners, or you just write it down and just get the task done. Very easy. Make the task look easy in your mind. Sometimes we tend to make things look like a cloud when in reality they're just a mere pebble. Sometimes we feel that this task is so humongous, but after doing the task, we kind of hit ourselves in the head and we're like, I thought of this as hard. This was so easy. It's done. Have a 5-minute plan. Start a task for 5 minutes. Eventually, you will want to complete it. Just trick your mind a little bit. Just be like, I just want to, at first your mind's going to be like, assignment due in 2 weeks. Let's do it later on. Trick your mind. Be like, let's just do 5 minutes. 5 minutes and we'll drop it. After 5 minutes, you start to catch up and the ball starts rolling. 5 goes to 10, 10 goes to 15, half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours. Your task is almost completed. Your assignment is halfway there. You got to get the ball rolling. Break the task into components. Tackle each component separately. Don't take on the cake all at once. It's not eatable like that. Put it and make it into pieces and enjoy each piece as it comes to you. Break it into components. And finally, tell family, friends about your goal. They will motivate you along the way. Reward yourself for a job well done. They'll, family and friends, they'll motivate you if they're good family and friends. They'll motivate you and they'll also reward you. And you should reward yourself as well for fulfilling the goal. But this is how you do it. Help others, or tell others to help you. Tell others to remind you of your tasks if you cannot fulfill them yourself in order to complete the task. And finally, idols of procrastination. Procrastination is the enemy, and procrastination, the opposite, is the friend. It's the good side. And there are 2 idols that I want to point out particularly that are the idols of procrastination. First and foremost, none other than our Puja Guruji. Puja Guruji is so active at this age of 65. Puja Guruji's life, he has never wasted 1 minute of his time. He is doing something to help others, living a selfless life, doing each and every task when it comes to him with great enthusiasm and executing very accurately. Puja Guruji, for his 10-year span, did seva of a great mandir as the head administrator, and under him there were 1,200 temples that he was managing. Yet, due to this one procrastination, he is able to fulfill and do more than $5 million worth of seva, of growth, renovations of temples, due to his nature of procrastination. His daily routine in the morning starts from 5 a.m. and at night goes to 12 a.m. All day, he is working night and day to help others walk on the path of God without having any kind of procrastination and always staying active on his feet. This is our Puja Guruji. And on the other side, you see PM Sahib, Modi, Narendra Modi, one of the great idols of India and the world, changing India due to this one nature of procrastination. Changing India for the betterment. There has not been such a leader in the past 200 plus years that is changing India for the best. And what I did was I researched a little bit about his daily schedule of how he lives his life to see at this age of, I think he's approximately going to his 80s, how he lives. Let's take a look. This is an approx schedule, okay? Wakes up at 6 a.m., meditates and reads. At 7 a.m., breakfast. 8 a.m., meetings with advisors and cabinet ministers. 9 a.m., meetings with foreign dignitaries and business leaders. 12 p.m., lunch. 1 p.m., travel to different parts of the country. 6 p.m., return to Delhi. 7 p.m., dinner with family. 8 p.m., work on speeches or read. And at 11 p.m., he hits the bed. There is no time. Due to this schedule, he does not have any time to do or have any kind of procrastination. It's so well managed and balanced that he is able to take care of his health mentally and physically. We should also have such kind of routine set up in our life in order to remove the procrastination that we have. PM Modi is a very disciplined person and he takes his health very seriously. He follows a strict diet and exercises regularly. He makes sure to get enough sleep. This helps him to stay focused and productive throughout the day. Here are some of healthy lifestyle habits that PM Modi swears by. He wakes up early and meditates for an hour. He eats a light and healthy breakfast. He exercises regularly. He gets enough sleep. He avoids junk food and sugary drinks. He drinks plenty of water. He takes a break from work every day to relax and to recharge. If a political leader has such kind of regiment, such kind of a lifestyle, then as devotees of Bhagwan, Swaminarayan, Thakurji Maharaj, Puja Guruji, as disciples of Puja Guruji and as members of Loyadham, we definitely should be removing this procrastination and taking into mind that if Puja Guruji and PM Modi Sahib have such kind of natures of procrastination, then of course we should also take this on in our life. So summary at the end, every accomplishment starts with the decision to try. Start trying and the ball will start rolling. And once the ball starts rolling, don't stop until the task has been fulfilled. Don't stop until your responsibility and obligation has been completed. That's the only way that we can remove this enemy within our hearts of procrastination and slowly but surely develop the nature of precrastination like our idols Puja Guruji and PM Modi Sahib. Saying this, my humble Jai Swaminarayan.